Hey everyone, just before we begin, this video is a re-edited upload of a reaction from our previous and now deleted channel, so please check that you subscribe to this new channel here, enjoy the review, and we look forward to seeing you in some new material coming very soon.
Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where today I'm checking out a little bit more of SIREN, and I've got a song here which I know is quite popular, but now I come to watch it, I can't get the title to come up on the screen. But hey, you clicked on the video, you already know what it is. So here we go, it's SIREN, who, if you guys have been watching this, as I assume you have, you know that I actually really enjoy SIREN. They're a good pop band, and they've just they're fantastic that they add a sort of real musicianship quality to pop whilst keeping it light and friendly. Haven't heard too many songs by them that have much in the way of emotional tension, but what they do really well, and they keep all their songs interesting and identifiably different. So, really enjoying them. Here we go. And pop. Okay, don't loudly advertise at me after I finish watching the video. They're good at delivering stuff that has a nice feel to it, and that was quite a sweet one. It was a little bit kind of, we've seen it before, but yeah, they did it nicely. I think a lot of the things that I would perhaps criticise about that are things that if it was the first SIREN song I'd heard, I wouldn't normally criticise. And obviously the whole point of this channel is that we break things down and we're honest about it and we don't just kiss ass. And so if we're unpacking that one, yeah, it has all of the qualities that make them a good band. It's upbeat, it carries, like I say, the video carries more emotional weight than the song does. I do apologise, I can't really translate Japanese on the fly a lot of the time, so it's hard for me to know exactly what the lyrics are. Maybe it's more lyrically meaningful than I was perhaps grasping. But, you know, the whole thing is moving in a way that is, as a song, is kinetic. There's good musicianship in it. I hate to keep on coming down on a drummer, but it's becoming really apparent now that every single song has the exact same kick, hat, snare, hat, kick, hat, snare, hat, hook beat, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, the first song I ever heard by them was Fujiyama Disco, and I just kind of took it as a disco beat, and then it just sort of clocked to me recently that it's coming up in every single song. So I feel a little bit bad about that, but she does a good job, basically, and does fantastic fills and things. I think the best songs for her are the ones where there's lots of fills, there's a lot for her to accent. So in a song like this, which is quite smooth and moves along in a very smooth way, it kind of highlights the fact that she does tend to go back to a certain type of beat. That isn't a derogatory thing, it's just something I think they could perhaps get more out of that side of the music. The melodies are always fantastic, they're a great melody writing band. It's nice to see that they extend that into the bridges. A lot of the time there's a lot of bands, and this happens a lot in Japan, where they don't have a bridge melody. They'll break down to something like an instrumental or something completely different, and that's a fantastic way of doing it. But some of the best, especially if you're doing something like this, which is a rock song, a hard rock song, a pop rock song, some of the best bridges are the ones where there's a melodic change, where there's a new melody and a new chord pattern comes in, which just kind of accents what you've heard before and then gives you that drive for the final chorus. And when you're using a normal song structure of something like intro, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, the bridge really, all it's doing is separating the last two choruses, and therefore its only job is to make the last chorus, the last crescendo, more impactful and a build-up from the one that went before it. So, you know, I mean, I think that there are lots of ways to write a bridge, and a bridge is always the most fun part of a song to write, I think, because you can do so much in it. You know, you can either just hark on the qualities that the songs had up to that point, or you can draw a exception from something different. So, you know, it's nice to see a band who are doing interesting stuff in the bridges of their songs. And so there's lots of little qualities, and like I said, the musicianship is fantastic as ever, and I love the fact that they play their own instruments. You know, I've got nothing against bands who don't, but it is nice to see them doing that, and nice to see they enjoy it. It is all fantastic. The big problem is, as I say with some bands, when you get to hear a lot of their songs, you start to notice the songs where you go, okay, that's good because you have a high average level, but compared to the rest of your body of work, it doesn't stand out. Now, I know this one's actually got a lot of views, so I'm probably going to get a lot of criticism for saying that, but I just think it's nice, and I think the video helps because the video is really quite sweet. It's really derivative, but it is nicely delivered. It's sweet. The little bit at the end with the grabbing the hand and running away. I did like, by the way, the whole way it's filmed in that sort of almost 2D flat scale thing, and they were running along in slow motion. I was like, this is kind of like the romantic version of the fight scenes from 300. I was just expecting some Spartans with their heads chopped off to like just slow motion fall into frame while they were running past. It was just something about the way that was framed. I couldn't help but think that was what came to mind. There was a lot of good qualities to that, and it was touching, nice, good song. I'm sure the lyrics are better than I'm able to give them quality assurance for on a reaction video. But, what can really say... Sorry, I keep on disappearing out of frame, I just noticed. Apologies, I'll try and stay in the video. What more can we really say about this one? Unfortunately, not much, because like I say, it doesn't stand out. It's just, it's more just of a proof of the fact that Silent Siren have a good basic level of quality and that they can be relied on to deliver good, upbeat, well-played, enjoyable pop rock songs with just enough heart to stop them being, the sort of thing that you would normally perhaps think of when someone says pop band. So, just enough soul, just enough heart, and, just enough good quality musicianship to, keep them from ever really delivering something which would be considered a bad song. So, yeah, like I say, I've got nothing against that, but in the wider scale of their music, doesn't stand out. Just a good one that will probably just flutter by in a playlist while I wait for one of the songs I like more. And yeah, I got to admit, I am unfortunately a sucker for Koi no Esper. That's the one that's stuck in my head most, but I think that song's stuck in everyone's head, whether they like it or not. I enjoy it, even if there's other people who think it's annoying. It was a wonderful time, actually, just before I'd heard of Silent Siren, where everywhere you went here in Japan, constantly you were hearing Koi no Esper all the time. So when I reacted to it on here, I recognised it straight away. This one has a lot of views from what I was seeing, but didn't recognise it straight off the bat. It just didn't have as much of an immediate impact. But like I say, anyway, I'll stop belabouring the point. Basically, good song. Doesn't stand out from the rest as much. So for now, from Japan, there's going to be more Silent Siren. There has been a lot of Silent Siren. If you haven't seen my previous videos, go back and check them. And there's lots of other bands anyway. But for now, a ciao ciao.